Imagine this. You're a sex worker in a small town in Congo, and you've just recovered from Mpox. But instead of being welcomed back with open arms, you're met with fear and stigma. People are whispering behind your back, and clients are avoiding you like the plague. That's the reality for Sifa Kunguja, a 40-year-old sex worker who's been hit hard by the Mpox outbreak. She's not alone. That's why Viral Mixer TV family brings you this story that's got a whole lot of drama, a bit of controversy, and a whole lot of heart. It's a story about a group of people who are fighting for their lives and their livelihoods, all while dealing with a nasty little virus called Mpox. Kindly like, subscribe, and share to create awareness for thousands of other sex workers in Kamituga, Congo who are facing the same challenges. Now, you might be wondering, why are sex workers being singled out? Well, it turns out that 80% of Mpox cases in Kamituga are sexually transmitted. That means sex workers are at a higher risk of contracting and spreading the virus. But here's the thing, these women are not just victims, they're survivors. They're fighting back against stigma, poverty, and the virus itself. They're working tirelessly to protect themselves and their clients, even though it's a tough battle. It's been 4 months since Sifa Kunguja recovered from Mpox, but as a sex worker, she said, she's still struggling to regain clients, with fear and stigma driving away people who've heard she had the virus. It's risky work, Kunguja, 40, said from her small home in eastern Congo. But if I don't work, I won't have money for my children. Sex workers are among those hardest hit by the Mpox outbreak in Kamituga, where some 40,000 of them are estimated to reside, many single mothers driven by poverty to this mineral-rich commercial hub where gold miners comprise the majority of the clientele. Doctors estimate 80% of cases here have been contracted sexually, though the virus also spreads through other kinds of skin-to-skin contact. Sex workers say the situation threatens their health and livelihoods. Health officials warn that more must be done to stem the spread, with a focus on sex workers, or Mpox will creep deeper through eastern Congo and the region. Mpox causes mostly mild symptoms such as fever and body aches, but serious cases can mean prominent painful blisters on the face, hands, chest, and genitals. Kunguja and other sex workers insist that despite risks of reinfection or spreading the virus, they have no choice but to keep working. Sex work isn't illegal in Congo, though related activities such as solicitation are. Rights groups say possible legal consequences and fear of retribution. Sex workers are subject to high rates of violence, including rape and abuse, prevent women from seeking medical care. That can be especially detrimental during a public health emergency, according to experts. Health officials in Kamituga are advocating for the government to shutter nightclubs and mines and compensate sex workers for lost business. Not everyone agrees. Local officials say they don't have resources to do more than care for those who are sick, and insist it's sex workers' responsibility to protect themselves. Kamituga Mayor Alexandra Bundia Mapila told the Associated Press that the government is creating awareness campaigns but lacks money to reach everyone. He also said sex workers should look for other jobs without providing examples of what might be available. Sex work is a big part of the economy. Miners stream into Kamituga by the tens of thousands. The economy is centered on the mines. Buyers line streets, traders travel to sell gold, small businesses and individuals provide food and lodging, and the sex industry flourishes. Nearly a dozen sex workers spoke to AP. They said well over half their clients are minors. The industry is well organized, according to the Kenyan-based African Sex Workers Alliance, composed of sex worker-led groups. The alliance estimates that 13% of Kamituga's 300,000 residents are sex workers. The town has 18 sex worker committees, the alliance said, with a leadership that tries to work with government officials, protect and support colleagues, and advocate for their rights. But sex work in Congo is dangerous. Women face systematic violence that's tolerated by society, according to a report by Umandi, a local sex worker rights group. Many women are forced into the industry because of poverty or because, like Kunguja, they're single parents and must support their families. Getting Mpox can put sex workers out of business. The sex workers who spoke to AP described Mpox as an added burden. Many are terrified of getting the virus. It means time away from work, lost income, and perhaps losing business altogether. Those who recover are stigmatized, they said. Kamituga is a small place where most everyone knows one another. Neighbors whisper and tell clients when someone is sick. People talk and point. Since contracting Mpox in May, Kunguja said she's gone from about 20 clients daily to 5. She's been supporting her 11 children through sex work for nearly a decade, but said she now can't afford to send them to school. To compensate, she's selling alcohol by day, but it's not enough. Experts say information and awareness are key. Disease experts say a lack of vaccines and information makes stemming the spread difficult. Some 250,000 vaccines have arrived in Congo, but it's unclear when any will get to Kamituga. Sex workers and minors are among those slated to receive them first. Community leaders and aid groups are trying to teach sex workers about protecting themselves and their clients via awareness sessions where they discuss signs and symptoms. They also press condom use, which they say isn't widespread enough in the industry. Sex workers told AP that they insist on using condoms when they have them, but that they simply don't have enough. Kamituga's General Hospital gives them boxes of about 140 condoms every few months. Some sex workers see up to 60 clients a day for less than $1 a person. Condoms run out, and workers say they can't afford more. So, there you have it, folks. A story of resilience, survival, and the fight against Mpox. Remember, every person deserves respect, regardless of their profession. Let's work together to break down stigma and support those who are most vulnerable. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and keep spreading positivity. Did you find the story worthwhile? Share, like, and subscribe for similar stories.